From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is the Midday Report on LALATE.
It's a big day here on LALATE with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check of 2021 with breaking news as a deal will be happening, but it did not happen yet. Breaking news from Bernie. I have the latest details. The roads and bridges blocked. The latest on that as well. Then programs in, programs out with a price tag of $1.75 trillion. Great deliciousness news, but the big news is the man of the hour, SIRLOIN, joining us direct from Rome. Hello, LA. I'm excited to join you. He is live in Vatican City with the Pope. Is that where you are? No, I'm shopping. Of course. What do you think I'm here for? And SIRLOIN giving us his insight on what he thinks about the recon, the president's trip to Rome. Can you stop talking? Let me talk a little bit. I will in a second as SIRLOIN joins us with the incredible details of what that Rome trip is involving and what Rome has for us. Deliciousness, $12 ice cream, much better here. I have all the incredible details as SIRLOIN joins us direct from Rome in a special recording. I'm here in Santa Monica, SIRLOIN in Rome. It's a big recording, and guess what? Bernie says that more items are going to go into that recon. I have the latest comments from Bernie Sanders about the recon. The deal's not done. More things are being added. Well, the latest commentary, the latest insight on the recon, direct from Santa Monica with the live feed coming in from Rome and SIRLOIN. It's a big noontime. The excitement starts right now on LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I hope the weather is good where you are. How's the weather in Rome, SIRLOIN? It's deliciousness. A deal is happening with that recon. Americans are watching the president overseas. He's shopping LA. He's not even here for climate. He's here for product. And I told you so. The recon was not called for a vote. The roads and bridges was not called for a vote. It was blocked overnight. But the price tag is right with that recon staying at $1.75 trillion. We'll be going over the latest details of that and more. Then we'll be going over the programs in, programs out. What does this mean for you? I have the latest details across the board. Then we'll be looking at student loan debt forgiveness. More debt could be forgiven. Which debt is in and which debt is out. The latest details on this direct from Rome as well. And then we'll, of course, be looking at that COLA raise. That COLA raise is heating up as fifth stimulus is right around the corner. Those details and more with SIRLOIN direct from I was going to say New York. No, from Rome. Get my introduction right, LA. I'm in Rome. I'm a cow. I roam. I know you are. And how'd you get there? I flew first class. What do you think? And this is Noontime with a special live feed direct from Rome with our cow lobbyist SIRLOIN, and this is LALATE. Subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record, celebrating our 1.5 year anniversary without an anniversary special, but at least we now have a cow feeding in live in our live feed from Rome. So subscribe, like this video, and consider becoming a member. Let's go right into this recon first before we join SIRLOIN in a second. The recon will pay viewers across the board about $15,000. This recon is incredible. The amount of the money is spread across 3 clusters of checks, which passed several weeks ago in a subcommittee. Several clusters of those checks have survived. In this recording, we go over the clusters that have passed and the clusters that are still at issue. But single individuals, married couple, people with children, people without children, people on disabilities, people without disabilities, will be getting about $15,000. Let's go over each of those clusters of checks to see which one survived before we get the insight and the live feed from SIRLOIN in just a second. Hazard pay survived. And the $4,000 of elder care survived as well. The earned income tax credit will be extended for 1 more year. And the elder care will be extended additionally with that $4,000. Then the money for young children survived as well. Then the home repairs for low-income homes survived as well. The child tax credit being reduced to 1 year, and then the Pell Grant survived. That will be an additional $550 And then finally, the money for the bikes, cars, and trucks, which was all left over from Obama days, it's extended for an additional 10 years. In fact, everything in that first cluster survived. Incredible, great news. That is the first of 3 clusters. Let's go to the first add-on of 3 add-ons. The first add-on is the $25,000 for the purchase price of a new home for Maxine Waters. That did not survive at that price point, may not have survived at all. We don't really know, but we know that everything else from Maxine Waters for that housing did survive. The home repairs, the rent, the utilities, the mortgage assistance, and more, it survived. Let's go to the second cluster. And yeah, there you go, home repairs, the weatherizing a home. This survived. Great news. Here we go. Sirloin, you want to do this part? I will. So the paid family leave, it roamed. It's no longer with us. The household tax credit, I believe it's in there. The child care credit's in there. The pre-kindergarten, because Mitch is always a child. It survived. The community college out, so that they can never take the class called "What the World Is LA Saying," and then the weatherizing your home, it survived as well. It should survive. Why should weatherizing your home survive? Because Kristen Sinema always comes knocking, asking for donations. I appreciate that, Sirloin. So there you go. The second cluster of items, those are the ones that survive. What about the second add-on? It survived. It's the wonderful provision from Bob Casey for paid home leave, paid medical care at home. This is big. Bob Casey had asked for $250 billion for this across the board. It's not going to be $250, but it'll be a little bit less. What is it for? My seniors and my people on disability who cannot afford home health care. It's now put into Medicaid. And it's, again, free home health care if you're a senior and also a person on disability. Incredible. They never had this. It's now going to be free. Let's go to that third cluster. Sirloin, you want to do the third cluster? I will. Here we go with the third cluster. Free school meals for all survived with delicious Calcino ice cream. Cheaper prescription medication did not survive. I'm getting a headache from this one. Then we also have farmers did not survive. How can they do this? I'm a cow lobbyist. What did I do? You're roaming. You didn't take care of this. Oh, that's not funny. Free internet. I don't know. Clean energy. No, did not survive. The money for workers we don't know. And then the dental, vision, hearing, and the eligibility age. If you want to take this, I will take this one. This one's complicated. So here we go. Sirloin is right. It is complicated. They got the expansion of Medicare benefits across all 50 states because of Warnock and also Claiborne with that incredible legislation. So now it'll be across all 50 states, this expansion of Medicare with the Republican states having to pay for it, not be able to get it for free. Then the lowering the eligibility age from 65 to 55 or 60, we don't know. I don't think it got in there. But the dental, vision, hearing, only the vision getting, the hearing aid getting in there, not the dental or vision. Let's go to that third add-on, and that third add-on is, of course, that monthly stimulus check. The incredible great news you're going to hear right now in this recording is that Bernie Sanders says, we're not done. We're not done. And he's not the only legislator who says that. He was asked in a question in the halls of Congress, are you adding stuff in there? He says yes. He says there's, quote, major gaps missing in this recon, and we're not done. We're still adding stuff in there. Who says that as well? You can see that later in this video. A lot of incredible details. That MSC IRS stimulus check is one of the provisions that you need to advocate for. As Jennifer said during the morning's LA show, how many calls have you made today to advocate for it? Because people are still pushing to put things in this recon. Let's go over that incredible message from the top legislator's chief of staff, who sent me a nice message overnight saying, again, tell the viewers to continue to advocate. They now have in total between congressional or senatorial offices received more advocacy from the LA viewers than the number of signatures in the American petition. Now they have a better understanding of what is in that recon. They have heartbreaking stories from the LA viewers, and they have voice of the people across the nation has become too loud to ignore. But at least continue your encouragement for the continued advocacy. And let's read that also on air, that last sentence together one more time. Please continue your encouragement for the continued advocacy as you have become the professional voice of the people, LALATE, and continue until this becomes law. Very, very kind. What does that mean? It means we need to continue to advocate, and we need to continue to push across the board. The recon not done. In the second half of this video, Sirloin and I will be going over the provisions that are in the recon, the provisions that are out but still are going in, and the provisions that are in that need to be modified. You'll have commentary from myself myself, commentary for Sirloin, direct from Rome, live from Rome. Those details and more coming up in the second half of this video. But first, here's a little bit about the community page. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds with Sirloin. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement at noontime is that a deal will be happening, but that the deal has not yet happened. Bernie Sanders telling the American people that there's major gaps still in the recon, and he looks to fill those gaps. LA told you so, that the roads and bridges was called for a vote. Not at all. In fact, we blocked it. The roads and bridges not called for a vote last night by Nancy Pelosi because the progressives and the viewers of this channel blocked it. Then, where's that recon going to go? It could likely go a little bit more than 1.75, not etched in stone. The latest details on that. Then, direct from Rome, Sirloin and I will go over the programs in, the programs out, and the commentary of where those programs should go. Then, if we have time, we'll go over student loan debt forgiveness, and we'll also go over the incredible COLA raise that comes up right after that. Those details and more with commentary direct from Rome with Sirloin. It's a big special broadcast. You never seen one like this, maybe never again. And this is Noontime LA. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Meantime, coming up next is the 1 o'clock afternoon show, and then the 3 and the 5. And then with that, let's go right into the details of what Bernie Sanders said minutes ago. Bernie Sanders told the American people, actually it told press for the American people, that the recon is not done. In a news briefing, he said in the halls of the Senate, he was stopped by reporters and asked about the recon. He first said, we do not have 50 senators on board supporting the recon. What's your opinion about that, Sirloin? I think this is a problem. He's basically saying, where do we vote first? Where do you think they should vote first? Well, Bernie is saying they should vote in the Senate first, and so does Jalapa. Where do you think they should vote? At the Calcino. I think they should just bring them all in and then say, you, okay, Manchin, you vote, and don't let them out the door unless they vote. I like that too. Then he says this is the best bill since the 1960s, but we have major gaps in this recon. Americans are sick and tired of paying for higher education. The language that we're dealing with needs to have higher prescription medication. I'm glad about the expansion of hearing care, but the American people want to cover dental and eyeglasses. Absolutely true. What do you think about that, Sirloin? Absolutely. You do not solve the bread and butter of the recon, then you cannot have the toast. I don't think that's the right expression, but I'm just going with it. I mean, do they have toast in Italy? They do. It's ciabatta. It's deliciousness. Well, I appreciate that. And then he says, so the vote should happen in the House. There needs to be explicit language. And second of all, we need to make this bill better. He was then asked by a reporter, will you support the language? He says, I'm not going to answer that question. What I'm going to do is make the best bill, and I'm going to make it better. Then the reporter asked him very clearly, bluntly, So, are you going to be adding provisions to the recon? Yes. What do you think about that, Sirloin? Huge. I mean, it's bigger than the Pope. So the answer is bigger than the Pope. Well, yeah. I mean, theoretically, he's basically saying, "Thank you, Mr. President. Why the world did you go over to Rome?" I mean, he's basically saying that. He's saying you got on the plane, you left something unfinished. Yes. I mean, the president's in Rome for climate. Is that what the message is? Yeah, the president wanted to get this done and say, I'm on the plane to Rome for climate. He's not here for climate. He's here for Prada. I mean, who's the president kidding? He just tried to run away from Kristen Sinema because she runs really fast. She does marathons. Yeah, I mean, the president's in Rome, but he wanted to leave on a message that it was done. It's not done. So what did Bernie say? Let's read the comment. Yes, also paid medical and family leave need to be in there. It's bad. I'm glad that hearing aid got in there, but we need dental, vision, and prescription medication. It's unconscionable that we're talking about prescription medication a year and a half, and we still don't have this done. So the answer is yes, that he's going to be adding those provisions. So what is your takeaway, Sirloin, as we look at this recon? Let's go over the provisions as well. The provisions that made it in there and the provisions that didn't. I want your commentary because you are the cow lobbyist. First, let's go over the price tag 1.75. Are you happy with that? I think I can deal with 1.75. I do not like the climate taking up 50% of the recon because the climate's going to be bad tomorrow. I mean, Mitch McConnell breeds it, so it must not be good. Yeah, I mean, the priorities do not look aligned, that they look maligned. $550 billion of the recon being consumed by climate. What do you think about that? I don't think that's right. I think that there should have been more money for the American people and less for the climate. Let's go over the programs that are in and the programs that are out. So pre-kindergarten got in there for pre, third, and fourth year olds, 1 year free pre-kindergarten. Do you like that, Sirloin? I don't. Why not? They don't include a class for Mitch. Yeah, it's your pre-kindergarten, but there's nothing for Mitch in there. And Toomey, Pat Toomey, they need a class for them as well because they qualify for that type of stuff. Pre-kindergarten. They extended the earned income tax credit for 1 year. Good. They should have done for more than 1 year. The CTC, the child tax credit for 1 year. Good. Then they got hearing services will be covered under Medicare for, which is great. Good. But this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We want to fix your hearing, but we don't want to fix your teeth and your eyes. So you can't see us and you can't respond back to us, but you can hear us. That's sort of very egomaniacal Congress, isn't it? I guess you can say it. You can hear what we're saying to you, but you cannot respond back and you cannot see us. And we can't see you. So it's very typical Congress. Do it right, Congress. Do dental, vision, and hearing. Well said, Sirloin. Then they got money in there to fix the home if you are a low-income individual. And then they got money in there to weatherize your home. What do you think about that? I think that's good. I think we need to fix Congress's house first. Yeah, they should have had a provision there to fix Congress's house. Yeah, they should have fixed the Congress's house first by locking the door and not giving the key to Kevin McCarthy. That would have worked really well. Sirloin, you're going all in. I am. I'm a cow. I'm in Rome. How is Rome? Rome is really nice, Sirloin. How did you get there? Did you eat your way all the way to Rome? Did you roam all the way from Los Angeles to Italy? No, LA. I'm a cow, but I'm not that tedious. I flew first class, of course. So now that you're in Rome, are you eating the lawns in Italy? Yes, delicious. How do they taste? They taste Italian. Of course, they taste Italian. And have you had the ice cream in Italy? Is it really good, Sirloin? It is. I asked for a cappuccino. They looked at me like they don't understand my Italian accent. I'm like, cappuccino. What's wrong with my accent? You're a cow, Sirloin. They don't understand anyone except Romans. Well, yeah, I can understand it. What else did they get in this recon? They got in there the additional money for affordable housing, $150 billion for rehab, construction, and improvement of housing, and then more money for free school meals for all, $65 for free school meals for children, which is great. There we go to start. So do you think Biden did this right? No, I don't think he did it right. What did he do wrong? He focused on the roads and bridges. I mean, If you want to give a win, do it right. But Biden knew he did not have a win with the roads and bridges. Nancy tried to shove the throat down people's mouths that don't not want his $12 ice cream. Not deliciousness of enough. And so what did he do? Here's some roads and bridges for a vote on Thursday night. Yeah, she was wrong to sort of go down that road. And guess who broke the road? I did. Did you really, SIRLOIN? I did. You know, I'm a cow. I'm a little bit heavy. So I walked on her road. I broke it. And then I went back and I ate the grass around it. So there we go. But Bernie is right. I mean, the next week is going to be fascinating. What do you think is going to happen next week, SIRLOIN? I don't know. It's very peculiar because we have to call the vote. First, we have the substantive problem, and then we have the procedural issue. Well, substantive issue and procedural issue. The substantive issue is that provisions are missing for the recon. Everyone has a provision missing for the recon. You walk to the guy that sold me the delicious ciabatta sandwich at the Trevi Fountain. I said, "Sir, are you missing a provision for the recon?" "I am." And he understood my English beautifully. And so the guy in Rome is missing a provision for the recon. Everyone's missing something for the recon. It's just you get out, you go to the Coliseum. "Did you miss a provision? Are you missing a provision for the recon?" "I am, sir." And why is there a cow at the Coliseum? "I don't know." So everyone admits there's a provision for the recon, but they don't want to publicly say it unless they really have, unless they have a lot of, yeah. So Nancy said she's missing provisions for the recon. Bernie said he's missing provisions for the recon. And Josh Gothenheimer, who's shorter than many Roman statues. In fact, he's shorter than the pedestal for most Roman statues. There's a lot of stuff missing for the recon. He said his provisions. So those people saying they're adding provisions back to the recon. But then there's Pramila, who just sort of doesn't really say much of anything. Are you happy with that, SIRLOIN? I'm not. I'm not. I'm like, Pramila, if you're missing your provisions, say you're missing their provisions. And when I mean provisions, I mean not meat and dairy provisions. I mean provisions of the recon. What am I not happy? What are you not happy with, SIRLOIN? I'm not happy with the progressives not really coming out on the House side overnight and saying this is missing, that missing. They focus more upon the procedure when the things are called for a vote. AOC and Omar and Pramila talking more about which votes first and which doesn't vote first. Very peculiar. That's not what I would have done as a cow, or at least as a lobbyist, or at least as a progressive. I would have just come out and said, "I'm missing something. I'm hungry. I eat, and the grass ain't cutting it." I would have said the same thing, but I'm not a cow. Well, you are, Ellie. You just don't admit it. Admit it. Okay, so then let's go to the other provisions in that recon. What do you think about Manchin and this Sinema equation? Well, let me ask you that first. Let me go back to what Bernie said. The number one thing on people's minds that is missing is the pharmaceutical medication need to be cheaper. And this is very strange, SIRLOIN. Let me ask you what you think about this situation, because I don't understand it. We went into Wednesday night, SIRLOIN, with Medicare Plan B in there for prescription medication, which is diabetes medication and insulin. Okay, I'm following. And then Wednesday night, the president called up Kristen Sinema. Why? He wants to run a marathon? No. Why? He wants his popularity polls to drop even further faster? No, he has to find out if she would agree to expanding prescription medication. But she never agrees to that. She has big pharma in her pockets. Well, she agreed to it. Really? Whoa. So the president called up Kristen Sinema, LA. Yeah. And it's Wednesday night. Yes. And asked to expand prescription medication. Yes. So then what happened Thursday morning? Gone. Everything was gone. Prescription medication was gone. The expansion of it is gone. Even the Medicare Plan B gone. What? LA, that don't make any sense. I'm a cow, and that doesn't make sense. The president called up to expand it, and it contracted, and it all disappeared overnight. Who ate it? Did you, SIRLOIN? No, I'm in Rome. How would I eat it? Did Becky, the cow that had the nose job, eat it? No, she's with me. Wait, she's with me? Yeah. It's in Rome. We're very flirtatious in Rome. When in Rome, do what Romans do. What do they do when they're in Rome? They bring other cows with them. So who took the prescription medication out? I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. And no one's asking this question. Then Bernie said that he's happy that the hearing aid is in there, but the dental and vision is out. Well, who took it out? It wasn't taken out by Manshima. It wasn't taken out by Manchin or Sinema. So who took it out? I don't understand this, LA. Who is this person who keeps on taking things out of the recon? It's not Manchin, because when Manchin takes something out of the recon, he says it. Like the paid leave, Manchin says, I don't want the paid leave, so the paid leave went out. But for the dental, he didn't take the dental out. He didn't take the vision out. Who's this person taking things out of the recon overnight? So, LA, you need to get down to the bottom of this. I'm not an investigative reporter. Well, I mean, LA, there's something wrong. Someone's eating the provisions of the recon. I know the recon looks deliciousness, but it's not that delicious. Someone's eating provisions of the recon, and they're just disappearing overnight. And then the next morning we wake up and it's gone. And then the recon has not shrunk. Oh, you're right. The recon is still 1.75, so it's still the same price tag of the recon. So where are the provisions going if the recon price point is not shrinking and the provisions are disappearing? Climate's eating it? Maybe Mitch is eating it. Mitch might be eating it. Yeah, someone is eating. Josh Hawley is. Yeah, maybe Josh Hawley is eating the provisions because there's just provisions there that they're gone overnight. I just don't understand it across the board. Let's go to the rundown of the provisions right now. We got more provisions. I want your insight on these sirloins. So here we go. Tax credit. Tax credit will be 1 year, $3,600. The CTC extended for 1 year. What do you think about that? I like that, LA. 1 year makes sense. The community college, gone. Gone. Why? Community college should be in there, LA. I don't know. Whatever happened to that class? What the world is LA saying? Now they won't understand me. Well, they'll understand me, LA. You're a cow. They're not going to understand you. Do they understand you in Rome? No. They look at me and say, who invited the cow from American? Always the Americana. Always the Americano. They travel with their duffel bags. They travel with their Parcheesi's. They travel with their Justin Bieber T-shirts. And now they're traveling with cows. It's always the Americans. When did Americans start sending us cows as tourists? They're not happy to see me as a tourist in Rome, LA. Trust me. The Pels Grant made tax-free. The who? The Pels Grant. Bells Grant? No, Pels Grant made tax-free. Oh, okay. Paid leave. What do you think about this, Sirloin? Problem. If you get pregnant, or if your wife gets pregnant, you cannot come home to see the pregnant baby and get paid leave. I mean, who does this? It doesn't make sense. I've been following you, LA. The paid leave was supposed to be 12 weeks for everyone, including self-employed and gig workers. Then it was four weeks for low-income and employees. Now it's gone. Who ate it? Josh Hawley. He does not want you to take leave off. Well, most of Americans want Josh Hawley to take leave off indefinitely. Yeah, I mean, you're right, sir. Like Josh Hawley, did he eat the paid leave provision? Someone ate the paid leave provision. Maybe it's the person who doesn't want to leave. Mitch. Maybe Mitch or Josh Hawley ate the paid leave provision because the people who never leave, maybe they ate the provision. Doesn't make any sense. The cheaper prescription medication makes no sense. But then we have some good provisions. We have childcare extended 4 more weeks. Good news. Clean energy removed. Health insurance reduced. Same programs, just short in duration. Housing aid extended. Great news on that as well. And then it was at $300 billion now to $175 in-home healthcare, which is great. That is for my seniors, my people on disability, dropping to $100 to $250 billion. So there you go. Those are the provisions right now, but not a done deal, as more provisions could be added across the board. So what is your takeaway, Sirloin? I mean, you're there. You're with the president. You see what's going on with the Vatican. You see the Pope. You see the president. What do you see? Oh, it's just, it's peculiar. I know the president wanted to get this recon done this week. He couldn't. He got incredible progress, but the problem is that the recon's not done. I think the president had a priority. What was the priority? The priority was getting to Rome for Gucci before the sales go on store and that Lady Gaga movie comes out. He wanted to get to Gucci before the holiday sales. Yeah, he wanted to get to Gucci because, everything is going to be discounted once the Gaga film is out. And he's there for climate. He's not here for climate. He's here to go to Fendi. Who's he kidding, LALATE? Jill has lived her entire life to go go to Fendi with the store closed down by Secret Service. I mean, that's just that's what they want. It's just they're going there to shop, LA. Yeah, there's a little bit of climate, but more shopping. And then he went to meet with the Pope. What did the Pope say? The Pope said, do you want me to forgive anyone's sins? And what did Biden think? What do you think Biden said? Biden said, yes, I want you to forgive some people's sins. The people who gave Nancy that haircut in San Francisco. SIRLOIN. The president had a lot of people for sins to forgive. He says, yes, I have a list of people whose sins I want you to forgive. But it goes from here all the way back to Delaware. Who was on the SIRLOIN, who was on the list of presidents' sins that he wanted the Pope to forgive? Well, top of the list was Mitch. The Vatican asked, "Do you see the devil amongst yourself?" I do. It's Mitch McConnell every day. Then the president was asked, "Who else does he see that needs to be purged of all evilness?" And number one on the list was Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz. But then the Vatican asked, or at least the Pope asked, do you see hope in the future? And the president said, yeah, but that is when Christendom is not around. It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. It was beautiful seeing the Pope meet the president and the president meet the Pope. And it was good. It was better than when after the election happened and Ron Johnson said, the president's not the president. So at least this time the president acknowledged, this is the Pope. The president walked into the room and says, this is the Pope, and this is the Pope. And the president said, this is the president, and this is the president. So there was none of that. There was none of that Ron Johnson thing, LA, where no one was acknowledging this is the wrong person. Yeah, it was very peculiar when after the president won the presidency that there were Republicans still saying it's not the president. But it's good to hear that the president walked into the room saying, this is the Pope, and this is the president, this is the president, this is the Pope. Yeah, and then he... But wait a second, I have a question. I know you're going to ask that question. I'm going to ask the question. Don't ask the question. I'm going to ask the question. Oh, boy. I'm embarrassed to ask the question. But did the Pope turn, SIRLOIN, did the Pope turn to the staffers and say, who the hell are these people here? He did. He did. The Pope turned to the Yaleys and said, who are these people? And the president, his response, I don't know who they are either. Yeah, it's bad news when you're in the Vatican and the president and the Pope do not know who the staffers are. He said, who are these people? Oh, these are people who took the wrong turn at the Apple store in Rome. These are the wrong people who took the wrong turn at the Apple store in Rome, and they ended up in our Vatican meeting with the Pope and the President. They're staffers? I don't know. Maybe they're presidential staffers? I don't know. But, and then the press corps are here. Why is the press corps here? You know why the press corps are there, SIRLOIN. They want a free trip because anything they can get them away from Joe Manchin for a week is fine for them. Yeah, or, anything to get them away from Chris Cuomo's reporting. But, yeah, everyone is in Rome, and guess what's happening tonight? What? The discotheque. They're not going shopping. No, they're going to do, the walk around the promenade, and then they'll throw coins in the Trevi Fountain. Have you done that, LA? I have done that once in my life. No, maybe twice in life. I've been to Rome. It's beautiful. Have you thrown coins into the Trevi Fountain? No, LA. Do you have a graphic of it? I don't know if I do. Let's see. We got the Colosseum. Have you seen the Colosseum? Beautiful. It needs repair. I know that's right. There is the Vatican. That's where you are right now. That's where I am. I'm in the Vatican. Let's see if we have it on this graphic. Do we have the Trevi Fountain? I think you do in the distance. I can see it, but it's a little bit hard. But yeah, it's somewhere in there, the Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain, for viewers that they don't know, is the fountain you make a wish and you throw a coin into the fountain. Oh, so have you make a wish and thrown a coin into the fountain? I have. And what is your wish? You're not supposed to tell anyone. But LA, it's SIRLOIN. It's noontime. We don't have any viewers. Just tell us what the wish was. My wish was I had made a lot of wishes. Oh, you're not allowed to do that. Well, I had extra coins. What type of coins did you throw in the Trevi fountain? Loin coin? No, LALATE. I would never throw a loin coin in the Trevi fountain. It's too valuable. The cleaner's going to see that's a loin coin. Did you throw a Doge coin into the Trevi fountain? I see where you're going with these jokes, LA. Yeah, did you throw a Dogecoin into the Trevi fountain? No, because Dogecoin is going down enough in value today. Did you throw Shiba coin in the Trevi fountain? Yes, I cannot stand Shiba coin. I threw all my Shiba coin in the Trevi fountain. And what was your wish? My wish was that a recon is passed. That's very nice. That it's passed very well, very quickly. That's very nice. That everyone gets the money they wish. That's very, very kind of you, SIRLOIN. Very, very kind. Any other wishes? Yes, that Kristen Sinema gets another darn hairstyle. That Joe Manchin chokes on his coal. That's not very nice, SIRLOIN. That Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema get a better a redo on Saturday Night Live. Did you see that, LA? I did see that. It was not that good. Yeah, I mean, Sinema needs to do some more marathons, and Joe Manchin needs to find his clean energy because at the moment it's very unclean. And I hope for the American people that everything comes to fruition. That's very, very kind of you, SIRLOIN. So will you be joining us tonight? I will be, LA. But when will you be coming back from Rome? Where's your next stop for SIRLOIN? Are you going to Glasgow? I may. There is that other conference in Glasgow right now. I may eat my way over there. Are you going to the E20 conference? I may. I heard the grass is deliciousness. And do you have a message for the American people? I do, LA. Stay positive. Stay smiling. Humor is good for you. There's always a person who jumps in the live chat who says, I don't want to hear humor. I just want to cry. Cows don't cry. Do you see cow tears? If you do, they make cream. It's delicious. Cow tears make cream? Yes, I heard it in a Barry Manilow song once. Don't cry tears, have smiles. Because as a cow, we are always smiling, except when you tip us over. Well, that's very nice, SIRLOIN. Thank you for joining me direct from Rome. Very beautiful across the board. Coming up next is a lot for this video, but I want to cut right into the student loan debt forgiveness that has another round of student loan debt forgiveness, and it starts right now. That student loan debt forgiveness could be forgiven with another round for the president. The president said he will forgive $10,000 on top of the existing student loan debt. That would be huge. First, he forgave student loan debt for individuals who became disabled after graduation. Then the president forgave student loan debts for individuals who went to work in the nonprofit sector. And then the president forgave student loan debts for people who went to work in the public sector. This is huge. People who are working for 10 years, public, city, county, state, or federal government. But now the president has offered to forgive $10,000 on top of that. The Democrats should take it. It would come by executive order. It would not need to go by recon. Finally, fifth stimulus recon is heating up. This would be the next recon right behind it. The Democrats are not talking about doing this recon right away. This would raise your benefits up. First, your COVID benefits are being raised up across the board. This is coming in the next few weeks in January, but fifth stimulus will come right behind it. It would raise your benefits up one big time, then apply a benchmark behind it. How would this work? First, if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, your benefits would be lifted up one big time. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation. That would be your second step up. They're going to remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty. Finally, if you haven't become a member, what are you doing? The link is under the video. Become a member from this channel and get that newsletter. It comes out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Third stimulus is still paying out. It'll be featured on this channel coming back next week. Third stimulus paying out an average of $40,000. That newsletter, which comes out Monday through Friday, features the big money across the board that you can get. And that newsletter comes from the YouTube alert system and the LALATE alert system. Meantime, let me give you my commentary, now that you've seen SIRLOIN's commentary, about where I think this recon is going. Over this weekend, legislators are going to find a commonality of where the approach is. They're still a little bit murky about this, with the vast majority of them saying that they want the vote on the Senate side first. I think that the legislators, specifically the progressives, need to come on board and make clear, is the House writing it? Then if the House writes it, where's it going to the Senate? Is it going to start in the House? Is it going to go to the Senate? Or is it going to start in the Senate, then go to the House? They're not particularly clear on the messaging. The vast majority late yesterday saying start on the Senate side. This would be peculiar because if Nancy tries to call the vote on the roads and bridges on the House side, do we have Chuck actually calling the vote on the recon on the Senate side? We've not actually had Chuck say, I will call a vote on the recon on the Senate side. You want to see that sort of language. Then we go to the substantive issue. The substantive issue is really the adding provisions in there. A lot of provisions missing. As Bernie Sanders says, major gap across the board. I'll have more details, and especially big details, tonight on Evenings LA. Afternoons LA, which is coming up at 3 o'clock, is a big show. It's a huge monolithic show because a lot happened after the Evenings LA show last night. After the Evenings LA show last night, the roads and bridges did not get called for a vote. So what happened? The questions and comments since then, I have all those details tonight on Evenings LA. It's a monolith. Then on, Afternoons LA at 3 o'clock. Then the Evenings LA show will encompass all the reaction today from those legislators still in town. They go back into session on Monday, both House and Senate. A lot of details across the board. And with that, so excited you join me and subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video and also consider becoming a member. Join me next with the Afternoons LA show at 1 o'clock, then the big afternoon show at 3, then Evenings LA, and then we got our late night shows as well. Thank you, SIRLOIN, for joining me live from Rome, and stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.